the Cadillac Escalade. It's long been something I've personally considered a guilty pleasure vehicle. That's because I couldn't ever see myself personally owning one. It's just not my vibe. However, every time I drive one, and this goes back across generations of the Escalade, because I've been doing this so long that my hair is now gray, I really enjoy driving it. It's just very comfortable. I think they look good. I think they're very nice inside. There's a presence to them. There always has been, and it's no difference with the modern Escalade. Now though, you don't just have to get a big honking V8 powered one. You can get one that's even more luxurious and might fit the personality of the vehicle better. This is the 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ. All right, on the outside, there are some tweaks to set it apart from the gas-powered version of the Escalade, which you can still buy. There is a choice. You're not locked into one or the other, and I think that's a good thing, of course. One of the mondo things you're gonna notice on the outside of this one, however, is the fact that it has 24-inch wheels. 24-inch wheels. The tires are 35s. They are road-going, all-season, 35-inch tires. They're not all-terrains. They're not ready to conquer Moab. They're just regular Michelin Primacy 35s. I cannot imagine the cost spent at all four corners of this vehicle.
Bing bang!
Yeah! What's up, baby?
But I do think it looks good. Their lighting signatures have looked good on the Escalade for years now. It's no different on this one. Those same lighting elements can be used to glance and see what the state of charge is when you're plugged in and charging, because they light up and it's like a charge indicator, though the lights are very bright and your neighbors will hate you if you have this parked in your driveway rather than your garage just because of how bright those lights are. But style-wise, this thing looks great. One thing I like for 25 that this has, but it doesn't seem to have for 26, is this bluish frosty paint. It seems like this was for 25 and it seems like it's not an option for 26. There's a different frosted paint that's just more of a gray or silver. This blue looks good. I think I've also seen it offered on the Hummer as well, the Hummer EV, but it looks good. It's just, this is a stylish, good-looking, gigantic machine, and it is gigantic. It is bigger than the standard Escalade. It's also heavier. Of course it's heavier. How much heavier? 3,000 pounds heavier. A regular gas Escalade weighs around 6,200 pounds. This is 9,200 pounds. It's not a surprise though. I mean, it's still always a shocking number anytime you hear it, but it's not a surprise knowing that this is essentially the luxury version of the Hummer EV. And it is luxurious. On the inside, this is very nice. Are you comfortable back there? Yeah, she's watching YouTube on her screen. These seats are great. This tan interior is great. It's either a dark interior or this lighter interior. I have 55 inches of screen in front of me, which is frankly ridiculous, but it is nicely integrated. It looks good enough. The head-up display looks nice. The passenger side screen, actually, when you're in motion, the passenger can decide to watch YouTube or something, and when the car's not in park, the screen is essentially polarized in a manner so that you can't see it from your seating position, but as soon as I put it in park, I can see the screen again. It's pretty neat little tech just to get around that law. There's also like an HDMI input if they want to, I don't know, run a projector or something. I don't know what the hell they want to do, but you can watch stuff over in that seat. Here ahead of me, I've got all the information I need. I do not have CarPlay, which I hate. I do not have Android Auto available because this is an electric GM product, but that's the way they want to go here in the States. You also have this smaller 11-inch screen down here, which controls like climate control and a few other luxury type items. But your drive mode stuff is all up on this big screen, and that's where you enter VMAX mode. So this stonking monster machine is a dual motor, all versions of it, of the 4 trims, including the new for 26 IQL, which is the longer version of this. But all 4 versions are powered by a dual motor, all-wheel drive setup. And the standard power output is 615 horsepower and 685 pound-feet of torque, which are great numbers. However, you just go in and hit the button for a VMAX mode and you have 750 horsepower. And it's not like 10-second bursts. You just put it in that mode and you have that power, which is wonderful that it's not restricting you like, oh, 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there. No, no, no. You hit the button, you get it, because this is luxury, folks. When you want the power, you get the power. I've seen 0 to 60 times quoted in the high 4s, which, you know, in this modern age of just everything being ridiculously quick, might seem like, oh, maybe that's not so great. This thing weighs 9,200 pounds. 4.7 seconds 0 to 60 is extremely quick when you are driving a 3-bedroom house. But it drives well, which is part of the appeal of all of the Escalades across time, and even more so here on this electric power for the Escalade suits it so well. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the Escalade. I love the Escalade V, which has a better exhaust note than the standard version of the C8 Corvette. Hilariously so. That thing is just an entertaining monster of a giant SUV. But this Escalade IQ, the flowing nature of the powertrain and also the instant power when you want it, just work really well. Couple that with the air suspension and magnetic ride control, and somehow not suffering from those, again, monster wheels, probably because they have 35s wrapped around. And it's not like they're hiding like 17-inch brakes. It's just 14-inch brakes front and rear. But the brakes do an excellent job of hauling this thing down from speed, which is frankly surprising. But they do. I don't have any anxiety around the brakes, and I don't have any anxiety around the range. When you're fully topped off, this has 460 miles of range. It's just because there's a 205 kilowatt hour battery underneath me. So massive battery required to move this massive machine, but then you also get massive range. It is an 800 volt system, so it will do its best to charge quickly. It can handle up to 350 kilowatt charging speeds, which you're gonna need if you want to get this thing full and you're low on the juice. Because at home, even on a level 2 charger, which I have, it just is a lot of work to put juice back into a battery that large. But if you're on a DC fast at 350, you can get 100 miles of range in just 10 minutes of sitting there juicing up, which is great. And it'll hit those speeds as long as you can find the charger doling out those speeds. I'm at 63% state of charge right now, and I still have 290 miles of driving range. Range anxiety is not a thing in this vehicle. And additionally too, if you have a NACS adapter, you can charge at Tesla superstations. Eventually it'll probably have a NACS port, but for now it's a regular, the CCS port, but you can use a NACS adapter and hit up Tesla superstations. Also, since this Escalade has rear wheel steering, the turning radius is incredible. It also has a rival mode, which is the luxury version of crab mode. So you can pull up to the valet and look cool while you do so. But that 4-wheel steering really makes this thing far more agile than you would expect. One area I don't love is that the passenger side mirror just can never be aimed exactly where you'd like it to be, which is why there are cameras to help you, making sure you're not running people off the road as you're changing lanes in this gargantuan thing. Also, there are power doors on the top 2 trims. You can open and close them very easily. You can do it from this command panel right here. Or when you get in the car and the driver's side door is open, if you press the brake, the door will shut. I know Teslas already do that, but I don't care about Teslas. So on to the price. Obviously, this isn't going to be inexpensive. It does start under the price of the Escalade V, which those are just $150, I believe. These start for the luxury and sport 1 trims, I think they're called, at around $130. This one is the Sport 2, so that the luxury and the sport 2, or premium luxury, premium sport. These start at about 150. This one's probably 100 in 150s with options, and you can actually push these over the 160 mark if you option the crazy executive rear seating package, which this one doesn't have. That adds like tables, and it has a rear center console in between the two seats just to make it that much more luxurious right there. Probably a nice touch if you are shuttling people around, but as it is, those seats are pretty great. I'm sure my daughter is quite comfortable. She's, again, watching YouTube on that rear entertainment screen. She's clearly lounging. And then when she is paying attention to that, I am usually pumping the audio system because this has a 36 speaker AKG sound system. I tested the audio system on a drive up towards LA the other day just because I like to listen to music. I know these days it's all podcasts and audiobooks. I still like to listen to music, and a good sound system is high on my enjoyability list of what I want in a modern or new vehicle. Now, 36 speakers is impressive. AKG is a good company, but I was impressed because these lower door speakers, you can feel the speaker moving the air, because that's what speakers do, is they move air. That's how they create the sound. But you can feel it coming out of the grill here on the door, and it kind of caught me off guard. And you cannot crank this system because it will get loud enough to actually hurt your ears. You also have speakers here in the headrest, which could be part of it. It's rare these days to get a sound system loud enough that will hurt my aging ears. I couldn't go all the way up. Not that I want to listen to my music anyway, but I do want to test to see what it can do. And if you crank it in this, it will hurt your ears. So I'm always impressed by that. Overall, I think it looks cool because it's a bigger Escalade, but with a shorter roofline without compromising interior volume. So it gives it just a great stance, a great look. The 24s don't look small and don't look too big. They look right size, which is just crazy. And then in spite of those massive wheels, the ride is excellent, as you'd want out of something like this. The interior fit and finish is wonderful. It's just, again, a truly guilty pleasure vehicle, and I think this electric powertrain, and again, I'm not saying I dislike the gas, especially the V. I don't dislike them, but this powertrain truly suits this vehicle in an amazing manner. And now, Sloan, what are your thoughts on the car?
I like it.
What do you like about it?
Steering wheel.
Louder, say louder.
The steering wheel.
You don't like the steering wheel? You don't know anything about the steering wheel. What's your favorite part?
The steering wheel.
It's not. It's,
The seat?
no, the screens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. There you go.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I had a rough day at camp. Got to skateboard all day. What should people do on the channel?
Unsubscribe.
There you go, unsubscribe. Thanks, sweetie.